Blackburn under the spotlight for potential disciplinary action, apparently. The way he has been filing these cases and some of the things that has been happening surrounding the situation with Diddy and his sons and his other cohorts has been suspect. And I just gonna say something real quick. The people that's filing these claims against them, they might have a point.
So many niggas to stop playing with me. I am not a king. Put Tetris or something. Word is born.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently Tyrone Blackburn, he's been the one that he's like, yo, look, Diddy's did these things and he's been doing these things with his families and his friends, and we wants to hold them accountable in the court of law, make them pay what they owe. And so apparently the judicial system is saying, Mr. Blackburn, the way that you're doing it might not be legal. Okay. Now, first thing that I want to say is, we have a lot of fun with these videos, and we joke around, and we kind of push the boundaries often over here at the BBN Network. But I want to be clear. You are always innocent until proven guilty. You have to be proven guilty. Now, often when we're having these conversations, I'm saying, do you think this person is going or has the ability to be proven innocent? Like, do you think they will be proven guilty? So that's often how our conversation is had. So basically, Judge Denise, I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's Cote or Cote. I mean, I don't know. It's Denise spelled the normal ways. And her last name is C-O-T-E. So she's a judge. I believe she's in the Southern District. That's where a lot of these cases are being filed at. And so she spoke out because apparently she's overseeing a separate legal malpractice lawsuit that was filed by Blackburn, and pointed out that he has questionable legal practices across 5 different cases. I want to be clear on this. I don't know if she's saying all 5 of these cases are a reference to or referring to the Diddy matter, but she's basically saying 5 different cases he has questionable legal practices, and we'll get into that. So basically, Blackburn has a pattern of filing lawsuits designed to generate media coverage and embarrass the defendants with sensational claims in order to try to pressure, whoever they're talking about or whoever they're suing into a quick settlement. Now, I don't know if he's not supposed to be doing that. If I'm a lawyer and we're gonna go sue some people on your behalf, I'm gonna assume one of the things that's going to qualify me as a good lawyer or a bad lawyer is how quick we can get this settlement taken care of. Is that make sense? The problem actually occurs in the manner in which you do it, not necessarily that this is something that you want done. So there has been some sanctions. There has not yet been any sanctions levied against Blackburn, but the Southern District of New York, there is New York Grievance Committee. They're going to be looking into, and they're going to reviewing, because that's basically what Judge Denise Cote says. She would like for there to be some reviewing of what's going on. Now, recently, Diddy has acquired Andrew Lightman as an attorney for one of his sons. Andrew Leichman, for everybody that don't know, he generally works in the Southern District, and he is an excellent lawyer. He is a top tier lawyer. Me and him don't necessarily get along. Last time we had words. We had to do it. One of his clients at the time, Shadi, he represented Shadi. He also has represented El Chapo, and he has also represented Gotti. So John Gotti. So he's considered to be a mob lawyer. I just want to be clear on this. He's an excellent lawyer. As far as I can tell, one of his things that, from me, kind of semi-following his career, he's great at getting, we're not going to take this to trial. We're going to make a deal with the government or whatever, and it's going to probably be favorable towards his client. He's great at this. Now, with that being said, he had words, and he said basically that it was questionable how Tyrone Blackburn might be using the media to basically circumvent the court system, because what he's doing is he's making it so that the media is showing up places and then making the client, who's now his client, or making the accused, the defendant, look guilty before they even get in the court of law. Now, how is this happening? So let's talk about Misha Hilton for a moment. Misha Hilton is a Sean Combs ex, and a mother of two of his children. And she brought up a great point. And she said, this is absolute great point. She said that when they did the raid at the home of Diddy's home, that what they did, what didn't make sense. So basically they put the kids, these are grown adults, by the way, but she's going to see them as kids, in handcuffs. And then they were pointing guns at them while they were already in handcuffs. Now, we've all seen Justin Combs. We've all seen Christian Combs. These guys don't look like they MMA fighters. These guys are not born, okay? These guys are not freaking 007. Once you get them in handcuffs, it's kind of over. You got them. There's no need to point firearms at them, especially at the backs of their heads after they're already in handcuffs. She has a great point. I would assume any mother would be flabbergasted at law enforcement doing such a thing. Just me also, just being a human being, I'm like, this is crazy. So they put him in handcuffs and then they put a gun to the back of his head. Where they teaching these things at? Did they think that he had, like, he was gonna pull a damn hair clip, a hairpin out of his cuffs, out of his his sleeve or something, and he was gonna work the handcuffs and get out of there, and he was gonna split? Like, what did they think was gonna happen? Also, another one of the sons had a laser beam, the scope, pointed at him, multiple scopes, I'm gonna assume, like they was gonna just tear him open with the... I'm really laughing because of what these guys is being accused of. But like they're gonna gun him down. Like they wanted him to know this is not a conversation, son. We're gonna take you out in a matter of seconds. So I want to know what's going on with this, just so we can be clear. And that's basically what her position was. And I can't argue that, because when law enforcement shows up and and that, now, just so we can be clear, Tyrone Blackburn has no control over that. But what they are saying is he made sure that there was media coverage there. And since they made sure that the media knew what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, I can't say how, but they were able to be there on time and take all of this footage. They were now able to actively make Diddy and his sons look like they were already guilty before trial even happened. So independent of whatever the hell is going on with this, however that happened, it's not fair to the accused, is basically what the inference is. And I have to, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I have to agree. Those guys were put in, I don't even understand why they were put in handcuffs. Like, what did you think they were going to do? They was going to, I don't know. Maybe they was going to do some karate? I have no idea what the law enforcement, what did y'all think they was going to do? They was going to unarm one of the officers and then they was gonna have a shootout. I don't know what they. I don't even understand why they was in cuffs. This is me speaking for me. I don't even understand why they was in cuffs. Anyway, Andrew Leichman also adds, just so we can be clear, they said that the government rarely fights fair when they have a major target in their sights, and they certainly haven't played fair in the Diddy case. So basically, I don't know if this is what he was inferring, but could he be inferring that maybe if the cameras weren't there, the police wouldn't have went as far as they did? Like, since the cameras were there, they decided we're gonna just go balls to the wall and make this. We're gonna bust out the guns that we only use when we think we're dealing with terrorists. So that's the inference that I got from it, and I can't say that I disagree with him. I don't think that Diddy's sons should have been handcuffed. I don't get that part. You didn't arrest them. If you were there to arrest them, so therefore you handcuffed them, okay. But also, just so I could be clear, I think that often the police use the practice of handcuffing people when they're being detained when it's not necessary. Leichman also said that the raid was over the top, but like I said, I do believe by the statement that I just said that he that was actually a quote. The government part was a quote. I do believe that the raid was over the top, and I believe that one of the reasons why it was so over the top is because there was media there. So Andrew Blackburn might be in trouble over here, and not necessarily because, you know, he alerted the media, which it is what it is, but because the government also in itself was over the top, was unnecessary, and did do a lot of extra stuff. Like, y'all might look at these guys, even if, let's say, for argument's sake, just for argument's sake, they're 100% guilty. None of the crimes they have been accused of is whooping a dude's ass. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bonus. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.
I'm gonna need some of you niggas to stop playing with me. I am not a king. Put attention to something. Word is born.
Call me guns, I'm not gonna never tell it on my brother. Word is born, I'ma keep, and I put that on my mother. Fresh from the streets, and I rep it like no other. Say more to the heat, y'all can go and kiss each other. Niggas think that they crazy, what's a knife to a gun? If I can't get the pops, I'ma go get his son. Oh, I heard he got a daughter, tell that little bitch run.